What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode. Oh yeah, guys. So, last few episodes we've been busting through quests. We kind of got through most of the quests now, I think in the Zeta section. No, I'm sorry. Was it the Epsilon? Yeah, Epsilon. We got rid of like all these mechanism quests. Like everything's done except for the Demon Steel. Now this stuff is pretty expensive and it takes a lot of time to craft. Let's take a look at Demon Steel so you guys have an idea what we're talking about. So Demon Steel. So we have all these different ones, right? So the first tier, Demon Steel of the first magnitude, is made in the metallurgic infuser with diamond, and we need the Temperio essence. And as you guys know, the Temperio is made with 4 Zavicio, right? Each Zavicio is made with 4 Imperio. Each Imperio is made with 4 Crucio, and each Crucio is made with 4 Osseo, and 4 of that is made with 4 of the Manicio, right? Okay, so it's quite a lot of crafting in order to get one of those Temperio essence. Thankfully, later on, we can get it through EMC. At this point, we have to craft it from the Manicio essence. So let's take a look at crafting this. I have it all set up on auto craft. So if we do Temperio and we tell it to craft 1, you see it takes a bit of time for it to think about how long it takes or what all the recipes are. The more of those you make, the longer that takes in order for it to do it. But anyway, we can craft it. So let's go ahead and start this up. I'm kind of curious where those recipes are. We would be able to see them crafting in one of these. Actually, that might be done by now. It's not. It's still crafting. See if we can find out where it is crafting at, because that is kind of important to know. Is it still crafting or is it done? Still going. Where is it? Where is it? Ugh. It's kind of hard to see because they're so close to our CPUs. Oh my goodness, it's like impossible to find it. Did I already see it? No, it's right here. Okay, so it's this one right here. So you can see how it's kind of crafting those in only one. And then you see these kind of blink in and out every now and then. It looks like it just finished up with that Temperio. Now the reason why it's important to know where that's happening is because this Temperio, like I said, it takes 4 of each one of these things. So if we have one of these interfaces touching 4 molecular assemblers, we can craft 4 items at a time, so it'll go 4 times faster. Right now it's crafting the Osseo stuff, the orange one, and just in this one by itself. Now there's a couple of reasons it's doing that. One, because it's not touching as many the molecular assemblers as it can. 2, we only have one of the infusion stones specifically to do that, so we only have one of these regular infusion stones. I think the Manicio one might be somewhere else. I don't remember. Oh no, it was crafting this one because we were seeing the orange, right? So we only have one of these weak infusion stones. So what we need to do is we need to make 3 more of those, and then make sure that Manicio essence is in an interface that's touching 4 of these, preferably all by itself, like this one, for instance, right? Okay, so let's look at making 3 more of those. I believe that's pretty easy. So it's a block of Terrasteel in the mana pool with the alchemy catalyst. So we just need to make 3 blocks of Terrasteel. We have all of the Terrasteel thanks to our magical crops. Now it might be something to consider to do this for the next tier, but honestly, just the Manicio crafting is the one that we really need. So we'll go and do that. So now we have 3 more of those. Let's take the recipe for the Manicio. Wherever that one is, I guess that'd be the Osseo one using the 4 Manicio. We'll take this one, we'll put it up here all by itself. So it should have access to all of these guys. These all have the acceleration card, so it's crafting as fast as possible, right? All right, let's tell the system right now to do the Temperio essence once again. Okay, so we can see it's only crafting 1 at a time. Now, if we add in these guys, we should see it start doing 4 at a time, but it's only doing 2 at a time. Why is it only doing 2? I'm not sure. It should be doing all 4 of them. I don't know. Let's cancel that. Oh, it's done. Let's tell it to make it again. Temperio. Next. Start. There it goes. Now it's using all 4 of the molecular assemblers. Yeah, I guess because I added those in a little bit later, I didn't know what to do. So it might be an idea for this one to have like 2 of those going. That's something we could potentially do, 2 of the yellow ones, so it might go a little bit faster that way. I'm not really sure. So we would want the regular infusion stone. So that's a weak infusion stone. Turn into the regular one. We can go ahead and do that. Let's make another terrestrial block. We'll throw it into the mana pool twice. And then we should be able to make it even faster yet. So that goes there. That goes there. Okay, so there's a regular infusion. And we probably want to put that one in a spot where it has access to two separate molecular assemblers. So maybe we'll take this one and move it up here. Although that'll be trying to touch this one as well. It should have access to those three. Maybe it would be better, actually. Let's move this one over here. So it potentially can talk to three of these things and not interfere with the four that are up there. So now if we tell it to make Temperio Essence, let's tell it to make 10. This is going to take a minute for it to calculate how long that's going to take. But I do believe the system has enough CPU to store all of that. But yeah, the more and more of these things you make at a time, the longer and longer it takes for it to say, hey, we have enough stuff. So let's tell it to start. Okay, so even though there is 2 of those in the system, it only knows how to craft 1 at a time because 4 of those is 1 recipe, right? So I guess what we would need to do is have another one of these patterns set up somewhere else because I think Applied Energistics knows how to do that, right? Let's see if we can split that up. Let's cancel this recipe. Let's make another one here. So the infusion stones, we want, let's clear that out. All right, so we want the weak infusion stone plus the Manicio essence. Like so, we want this on just a crafting pattern. And we're gonna have to make 4 more of these weak infusion stones. I do believe Terra Steel. I don't know if this is gonna work. So we're just experimenting right now. I think it will work because I think Applied Energistics knows how to split up crafts, but I'm not 100% sure. So now it's got 4, or it's got a recipe here talking to 4. It's got a recipe on the other side talking to 4. We just need the infusion stones. Hopefully it'll go twice as fast now because that'd be pretty awesome. All right, so let's put those in there. All right. Add those to the system. Now let's tell it to make some Temperio. I guess I'll tell it to make 5 just so it doesn't lag as long. But I do want to have enough time to get over there and see if it's using both of those sets of molecular assemblers, both those recipes. So that'll be pretty awesome if it does. Oh yeah, it looks like it must be because now we got 2 of them happening over there. Okay, cool. So it knows how to split this recipe up. So now we're really going. Let's see how fast that's crafting here. Yeah, it's, oh wow, okay. So that just made that stuff up really fast. So that's a really good way of doing it. Split up your recipes between multiple interfaces. Yeah, have multiple tiers of these things going. So I guess to make this go even faster yet, we'd have to have 4, well, I guess 8 more of the of these molecular assemblers crafting those. So we could have a total of 4 of these ones crafting these, and then we could make whatever, I guess that's the Crucio is the next stage up, the 3rd stage. We could do those every operation. I don't know. I think at this point, it's going to be pretty good. We should be able to make that Temperio stuff pretty quickly. So we already have 10 of that stuff. Cool. So anyway, we can now tell the system to start crafting some of these recipes. So I can tell it, hey, 1 Temperio is going to equal a Demon Steel. Let's go ahead and throw one of those over here in our Diamond Metallurgic Infuser. It would be this one right here. Temperio. So we can make our first piece of Demon Steel, which is going to be pretty awesome. And that goes pretty quickly too. So the slowest part of this is actually making the Temperio itself, right? All right, so let's make a crafting pattern for that. So we're going to say 1 Temperio, or I guess a processing pattern I should say, equals a Demon Steel. Great. Okay, so we got that, and we want to throw that into our Diamond Metallurgic Infuser right here. Awesome. So now we can tell the system, hey, make 3 of this Demon Steel, or I guess 2 more, so we have a total of 3. And cool, so now we can make the Demon Steel a 2nd magnitude. Now, I do believe we have to have those in our inventory, right? Let me go back to the quest here. Was it under Delta? Epsilon? Okay, so this is just a retrieval task, right? Because we can't craft that ourselves. It's crafted in a machine. So we just have to have that in our inventory, and it'll be like, hey, you completed the quest. Maybe. There it is. Okay. So now we can do crafting patterns and say 3 of these equals demon steel a second magnitude. Awesome. So we're going to put that over into probably its own crafting thing, since there is quite a few of these different stages of the demon steel that we need. All right, so if I put this here, craft that up. Oh, you know what? Was that a crafting task or a retrieval task? That is a crafting task. Okay, I screwed up. So we need to make 3 more of the demon steel of the first magnitude, and I have to craft those by hand in order to complete these quests. I mean, that's fine. We saw that, you know, making that Temperio isn't that bad anymore, but let's just go ahead and craft this up. There it goes. Cool. All right, so now that quest is complete. So now we can make a recipe for demon steel of the third, but we have to craft those by hand, right? So let's craft up 3 more of those. All right, so there's 3 more of the first. We can craft that, put that in here. There's 3 of the second, so now we can make a third. And there's a quest complete. Awesome. So it's going to be a little bit of me crafting a whole lot of these and keep adding to this. Eventually, we won't have to worry about these quests, but we will need a lot of these demon steel. I think some of these earlier ones are required for all of the different types of big reactors. So we're going to need that in order to do the big reactor quest. In fact, I think maybe even doing some of these might have unlocked our big reactor section, because we've had that available in one of these different tabs. I don't remember where, but it's been locked out. And it might be because we never did the demon steel stuff, which is required for it. Aha, yeah, check this out. So now our minium reactor is now available. So we can start working on some of these quests a little bit later. This is in our Galacticraft section. So anyway, let me go ahead and start busting out some more of these demon steels. I'll see how much that we can do reasonably, and we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I started crafting up a lot of this demon steel stuff, and I got a bunch of different recipes ready to go. So we made it up to the point where we can make a 5th. I have 3 of these 4th. I just got done auto crafting 2 of these 4th magnitudes. 2 of these requires 55,000 Minicio. We had over 100,000 of this. We now have 47, so there's no way for us to even progress forward, even if we wanted to. That's just far too much Minicio. We do have Minicio seeds that we've never done anything with in this playthrough, and I think we might have to look at setting up farms specifically for growing Minicio and harvesting it. Seems to make sense to me. But anyway, we have Demon Steel, the 4th magnitude. I did not want to craft it into the 5th until I knew for sure that we don't need this for anything. So one of those 4th is going to be for a cyanide reprocessor. The 5th we can use, yeah, we need 3 of the 5ths in order to make the Draconic Staff of Power. And it looks like that is the only thing. So I guess right now we're not going to make anything with the 5th. I would like to complete the recipe, but right now it's just far too expensive. I think we're just going to go and stick with what we have here. Let's go ahead and claim the rewards for the different quests that we have now completed. Was that Epsilon? Yeah. So Chance Cube and a loot chest. So these quests say Aura Cascade may not be here, but yeah, Aura Cascade was a mod that was in Project Ozone 1. And I believe I was using that to do some cheaty stuff with EMC in that particular mod pack. But yeah, that mod isn't in here. We have these Demon Steels, which is, I think, custom things, right? Yeah, these are all unique added items to this mod pack. So anyway, let's go ahead and open up our chest. So Artifact Diamond Armor, don't care. Tier 3 Chance Pendant, Tier 3 Chance Pendant. And finally, we get an Electric Chainsaw. So restores health after taking lethal damage. Meh. Anyway, we can go ahead and put all these things away. We've already seen most of those different things. So Demon Steel, the 4th magnitude. Okay, so maybe let's take a look at these quests once again. So we did unlock the ability to do big reactors. That might be something we should look at, but also we should look at the Minicio situation like we were just talking about. I don't remember if I 10-10-10 the Minicio seeds. I kind of feel like I did. Yeah, that's definitely something we're going to have to go check out and make sure. So yeah, our pink slimes, we had that set up last episode, right? So the pink slime, we got a heck of a lot going. I left those going overnight. I filled up one of our drawers here, one of these. full of the stuff. And then I realized you can use a compacting drawer, so I moved it all out of one of these into here. So we have 11,832 pink slime blocks. I think we're good on the stuff. Also, I've moved our green slime into a storage drawer too, so we have 28,000 of the green slime blocks. Anyway, I think we wasted enough time. We should be able to go here, and hopefully it won't be as laggy. All these crops should be grown by now. So we're going to be looking for Manicio. Aha, we do have Manicio. Okay, so we're probably going to want to set up a field over here specifically for these. We don't want to craft anything with the stuff that this produces, right? We want to store large quantities. Oh, you know what? I guess we could make Manicio blocks. Can you unblockify those? If you can't unblockify, you probably don't want to do it. Uses, right? Am I on uses for that? Let me go back. Uses. So, no, it does not look like you can unblockify it once you blockify it. So we don't want to turn it into blocks unless we can do that through like a compacting drawer. But either way, that doesn't really matter. What does matter is just crafting, or I guess growing a large number of that stuff and storing it somewhere. So we'll probably set up a deep storage unit. I don't know if we'll set it up here or not. How's this set up? So we just have a storage bus onto here. I mean, I guess we could kind of set up something with another storage bus onto a deep storage unit. Man, the frames are so bad here, even with all of these farms turned off. Oh my goodness, yeah. Let's get out of here. All right, guys, so I just went ahead and I got a crop field completely set up for a Manicio essence. Yeah, I used the clippers and we use these essence clippings in order to fill out the rest of them. So we got those all planted. We have the irrigation channels and the sprinklers up above to help the crop growth. Infinite water up there. It is still very, very laggy in this area, and I'll show you how we're collecting this stuff. So a storage bus right here onto a deep storage unit. I just used an export bus on this deep storage unit to pump all of the Manicio essence we had in our system and anywhere else into here. So this is now our only storage for this stuff, right? So storage bus is set to this with a priority of 100. So this should be like the #1 place all of it goes. And then we have it extracting out of that one harvester on the red channel into here on the red channel. So this should be our only spot that the Manicio essence should go. Now I haven't given this a try. I'm pretty sure everything's going to work. Let's get out of here because goodness, it is super, super laggy there. All right, let's get this stuff off the bar. We'll take a look in here. So it says we have 47,598. Now we have 47,598. I think it takes the harvesters just a minute when you turn off the redstone signal for that work or whatever to go all the way down, or the idle time. Yeah, the idle time's all the way at the maximum with that redstone signal on. Then it counts down just a little bit and then it'll start harvesting. But I am almost positive this should just start working. Is it gonna work? 47,598. Doesn't look like it's doing anything, does it? I'm very curious. Maybe I did set something wrong over there. Or maybe just did an update. We'll check it out. Okay, let's go back. Let's see what's going on here. So do I just have Manicio all over the ground? Or is this farm not turning on? But, oh, it's just shooting out all over the ground. Okay, well, that's a problem. Let's figure out what's going on with that. I thought we had that set to the red channel on extract. I believe it is this one. Yeah, it's set to the red channel. Red, always active, extract on red. So that's just like everything else. And then that should be coming over here and inserting on red. So why it's not inserting, I don't know. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to figure that out then. All right, guys, so I figured out what I did wrong, and I want to show you guys something if you didn't know, because I'm just kind of learning this myself. I never really used this functionality before. But yeah, we had this connected, so all the stuff would insert on the red channel into this deep storage unit, but the problem is this is connected to this network of item conduit, which goes directly up to our agricraft farming station, not to our connected item conduit that goes around to the different farms. Yeah, so anyway, there was no valid output for our Manicio essence, since that's all inserting on the green over there. Anyway, so if we come over here to this harvester and we right click on this conduit right here, you can see it says item conduit to the up, extracted items has no valid outputs. So that's something you should probably always do. When you right click on this, it'll say what the valid output is. Since that's on the red, there is no red connected to this network. If I right click on this one, it says drawer controller, distance 25 blocks away. So it tells you that's where it's gonna go. So yeah, if I would have right clicked on that, I would have known right away. So anyway, this does not connect here. This connects just straight over like so. All right, so now if we come over here and we right click on the conduit, it will say extracted items will be inserted into the deep storage units 52 units of measure away. So now we should be good. All right, well I guess that's probably functionality people have known about. That's not something I've ever really used before, so that's kind of new to me. Anyway, it's kind of cool that that's a thing. So back to here, Manicio essence, it says that we have 48,922. I just take some out of my inventory. Let's take a look again. It says we have 48,890. Turn this on. So now we have 49,000. Yeah, everything is working correctly now. So we should start collecting this Manicio essence all the time. It's just going to be harvesting all the crops and dropping it into that deep storage unit. Yeah, it was going really fast. Now it's going kind of slow. I don't know. Hopefully it's not spewing items on the ground or anything. Hopefully it's doing what we want it to do. I guess I should go back there and just double check and make sure we aren't going to be like dropping items all over the place, that I don't need these item conduit speed upgrades in there or any of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think we might be done with the Manicio essence for right now. All right, guys, so the next set of quests that we have to do is going to be under the Zeta section once again, or Zeta section, whichever. We're going to start doing some of these down here. So imaginary time block is an item that we have to make, but we can't quite do that yet, so we're going to ignore this for now. What I was looking at is these power stashes, right? So power stash 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. So anyway, I went ahead and I made patterns for all these things just by clicking out of NEI, dragging it down, making the pattern. So we have all these different power stashes, or what are they called? The Quibit? I don't know. Anyway, so we have all the way up to level 5. So let's press shift for more info. That holds 648 million RF. Transfers infinite RF per tick. So that sounds pretty good. I don't think we're really going to be using these things, but we do have a crafting task for each one of these. But anyway, I was checking out this last one right here. Right, so if I wanted to craft one of these and I told it next, it's going to tell me everything that we need, and we have a lot of the different things that it does need. However, we need 74 mercury ingots. Yeah, so we don't have that much mercury. We have 188 mercury ore, but only 90 ingots. We need 6,000 mercury ingots. My goodness. So these do have EMC, but again, we're not quite there on the EMC situation. So we need to go back to mercury with our digital miner. That's right. So digital miner plus a tesseract, and then a lot of time waiting for this thing to mine blocks. Okay, so the digital miner, we can look at the configuration for this. It does not look like we have mercury. Nope, mercury is not one of the things we've ever gone back for. But thankfully, we do have some mercury ore here, so we can make a new filter for this in the comfort of our own atmosphere. So let's do new filter item stack. We will place that guy right there, mercury ore, save it. All right, so now whenever we place this thing down, it's always looking for mercury or all these other ones that we have told it to. Yeah, so next step is I need to go ahead and put on my spaceman stuff, my space suit. Get all of this stuff back on, all of these guys, oxygen gear. I don't think we need the frequency module, but I will take it with me. Our oxygen tanks. Yeah, okay, so let's make sure we get all this stuff on appropriately. That one, and that one. I probably should grab my O2 out of my golden bag of holding here. Yep. Use that. Our liquid oxygen, fill that back up. Cool. We still have a drum of like 78 buckets of liquid O2 in there, so we have like all the oxygen for forever. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, so I guess I don't need these Manicio clippings anymore. We can go ahead and toss those over the edge. We have all of those ones that are planted right now. Oh, I didn't put on my other oxygen tank. Let's do that as well. Okay, so there's that. Then we can put those away. Cool. All right, so we need to set up our digital miner on Mercury. Try to remember, we do have a warp there. That's Mars, that's Moon, Mars, Venus, Mercury. So yeah, we have a warp there, but I don't think we ever did use our digital miner on that planet. We have everything ready to go, right? I think so. So where does our warp take us? To a nice, safe place. Now, in my pouch here, I did make more magnum torches. That way, when we come down here, we don't have to deal with the monsters this time. Let's go ahead and kill these guys that are here, and then we can place down this magnum torch and not have to deal with them. Oh, that guy went flying. I don't know why the Endermen are angry by default. They just are angry, I guess, huh? I don't think I was looking at them anyway. Okay, so anyway, we can place our digital miner down here. Wherever did I leave it in the overworld? Dang it. Okay, let's go back to the overworld, grab it, then we'll be back here. I could also set new warp points using our enhanced charm or dislocation if I wanted to, but I don't know if that's really necessary. I mean, we have the permanent warps over here, and it's such a big deal to kind of come up, fly over here, and then choose a place. So this is Mercury. Let's go back. And we go down the hole, all the way down. I guess with a digital miner, it's not really necessary for us to go underground, right? You can specify the height and dimensions and things like that with it. So we could do that directly on the surface, put an angel block up in the sky and kind of fly around. That might be something that I do, but for right now, this is the easiest spot for us to do this since we already have the hole dug out. So let me go ahead and place our Tesseract on the side like we do. We'll set this thing to receive only on main base power, so it gets power, and then we'll tell it to do its thing. So it found 630 plus mercury ore. Now it's just going to be a waiting game of collecting all this stuff. So I tell you guys what, I'm going to go ahead and just let this thing run. I'm going to camp it. I'll move it. I'm going to have to do this a few times to get the 6,000 ingots we need. I do believe we get 3 ingots per, right? So we probably need about 2,000. Yeah, about 2,000 ores in order to get 6,000. Anyway, I'm going to just let this go, and I'll just collect a lot. Hopefully we'll collect enough so we don't ever have to come back here again. But guys, that's going to do it for today. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff going. Getting that Temperio stuff, the auto crafting for that setup to be much faster is going to be very, very helpful. Getting the Manicio essence hooked up, so we're always collecting that. Also something we've really needed to do. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.